worship call. And here I am today to talk to you about how to come into God's presence. See, God's presence is not just anybody. See, He has guidelines to how He wants us to draw close to Him, and how He will manifest, how He will easily just let Himself be felt. See, because He's spirit, and we can only relate to Him in spirit. We can't expect to see Him as a person, but He is real as you and me. As a matter of fact, even more real, because He's spirit and He doesn't have an ending. We do. And this is just a parenthesis in this life, beginning and end, and He's the Almighty Creator. So He has guidelines as to how He wants us to draw close to Him. Many times you may think, well, I have a problem praying, I have a problem trying to just humble myself before God, or just really connecting to Him, right? Well, if we go by His guidelines, according to the Bible, as it's been written for many decades, that God has patterns of how He wants us to come close to Him, and how He will manifest His presence when we do go by these rules or guidelines. First, He says in Psalm 100, it says, "Make a joyful shout to the Lord, all ye lands." All ye lands relating to all the earth. Everything has a noise, right? Everything, the waves of the sea, the trees, the breeze, everything that has breath can make a noise. Okay, serve the Lord with gladness. Come before His presence with singing. All of nature is praising the Lord when it's making some kind of sound. And just as we, with knowledge, can come into His presence with singing. And there's something about singing that just pleases the Lord. That's why the psalmist wrote, "Come before Him with singing." It doesn't say that you have to be a singer. It doesn't say that you have to have a wonderful, talented voice. It just says, come before Him with singing. Another psalm says, sing a new song, just out of your belly, just from the closest of your heart, when you are enjoying somebody's presence, and maybe you're falling in love, or you can just do spontaneous things to please that person. And sometimes it's so easy just to think about singing a tune, even with the name of the person. So something like that, if we can, parallel it to from the spiritual to the natural, something about that pleases the Lord. Just coming before Him and singing. Okay, know that the Lord, verse 3, know that the Lord, He is God. Okay, He is God. That's a whole nother point. Okay, not just coming before Him with singing, but knowing who He is, recognizing who He is, that He is the awesome total of fulfillment, that He is the author and the finisher, that He is the beginning, that He is the end. We don't know that. Everybody doesn't know that. Only those who have experienced Him, right? So if we just acknowledge that He is the Almighty, that He is totally separate in His own category, with His holiness, with His purity, with His greatness. He's just incomparable. And we recognize that we need Him, and He desires us, to be in fellowship with Him. And as simple as that can be to even a child, just recognizing, wow, looking at the grandness of nature, looking at the intricacies of our very being, the lines in our hands, the details in our body, how each one is so unique and so special in our own ways, that recognizing that our Creator is completely separate and totally in his own category, that he is worthy of the praise. So when he says, know that the Lord, he is God, okay? That he who has made us, he who has made us, and not we ourselves. We didn't make ourselves. He's our creator. And we are his people and the sheep of his pasture. See, if you've given, opening your heart to God and really want to know him, and you come before him with sincerity of heart, sing a song. Okay, God, I want to know you. Oh, how joyful it is, and coming to know the Almighty Creator. It's a great expectancy, right? And then it says, come knowing that the Lord, he is God. Recognizing, okay? We recognize that he is Almighty God. So those are two simple steps that you can remember, that come before him in his presence with singing, and know that he is God. Know that he is God. This is part one. There's so many things that we can say about how to acknowledge God, how to come before him, how to draw his presence, and how to please him. And these are things that are going to help us to grow closer to him, to get to know him, and to really just bask in his presence, and it's a coming in his terms, not in our terms. Yes, we come humbly, wanting to know, with expectancy, and with a song in our heart, a spontaneous song that will make a melody to him, just with that expectancy that we want to know him. And then we recognize that he's all together God by himself. So I just want to pray that God would reveal that word to you, and that he would open the eyes of your understanding to really receive that, and to practice that, put it into practice, and see what happens. God bless you.
Porque yo sé que me